What is going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. In this episode, we'll be reviewing the Gold Coast Collingwood game. Came away with a great win, so let's get straight into it. So, on Sunday afternoon, Collingwood took on the Gold Coast Suns at the MCG in front of, a decent-ish crowd for a Collingwood Gold Coast game, but doesn't matter how many empty seats there were or how many people there were, Collingwood put on a show. Now, it started off like one of those games where you go, oh no, here's a team that I've come to win, take the crown from the Pies. Everyone plays like us like it's their grand final. Gold Coast come out of the blocks, kick the first 2 goals, but the boys looked a little bit shaky, a bit standoffish. Then they go on to kick the next 7 goals of the first quarter. So you can see that, like I said in my preview, we tighten up these little things. The good things just look even better. But 7 goals is just absolutely incredible. Our attacking sensibility has just gone through the roof. Like I said in my preview, it was 1 year ago to the day, I think I was reading, that abysmal Gold Coast performance last year. To just see how far we've grown already this year. 4 wins. We have 4 wins, 3 losses. Last year we had 6 wins. We could go into the mid-season break with probably 6 or 7 wins. That's absolutely fantastic. But a little bit more about this game. It was our highest score of the season. It was another 100-point plus game for us. And we got there on 3/4 time. So that just shows, like I said, that attacking sensibility, and our defense is holding up. I was looking at a stat today on Twitter that said, I think we're conceding on average 86 points, whereas last year when we were touted as the best defensive team, we were only conceding 83 points. So you can see that the defense hasn't changed a lot, but the attacking went from 70-point average last year to over 90 points this year. It's just, Craig McRae and the coaches have just done a phenomenal job. But like I said, just those little things, those fast starts that Gold Coast had in each of those quarters. They kicked 2 goals in the first quarter, 2 goals in the second, 2 goals in the third, and I think a goal in the fourth, right at the start of those quarters. So that's 2, 4, 6, that's 7 goals we've given up quickly. Tidy that up, it's going to go a long way. There were a lot of things to love this game. Jack Crisp played really well. Patrick Lipinski had 12 scoring involvements, 30 disposals. Scott Pendlebury was just this, looked like he's been playing defense, his whole life. Just the way, not even like, oh, Pendle slows down time, but having someone with that smart IQ for football in your backline directing traffic. Yeah, he got caught a couple times, okay, but he went at over 70%, over 20 disposals, set up a lot of plays. It's just a testament to him and the coaches reinventing him off that half back line. Brody Mychek, 4 goals, 2 I think he finished with. He still can't get those 5 goals. He's kicked 4 goals 11 times in his career. Can't get that 5th goal. He nearly had in the last quarter, but he didn't. Ginnivan again, 3 goals. Fantastic. Like I said weeks ago, he's that Alan Didak, Jared Blair type, that small forward. Maybe more Alan Didak now with that little pizzazz that he's got going on. 2 guys that don't get enough love, Isaac Quaynor, Braden Maynard, were very great today, very good today, very underrated as well. Isaac Quaynor had 7 intercept possessions. Braden Maynard had 8 1%, the highest on the ground. I think. No, I'm pretty sure that he's the highest on the ground. 8 intercept possessions. So that's spoils, that's smothers, all that sort of stuff. All the stuff that, yes, it's obviously on the stat sheet, but not one of those ones that stand out like 35 possessions or 6 goals. So props to those 2 guys. But what I really want to talk about is Aiden Begg, Darcy Cameron, and our big men. So going into this game, I thought that Aiden Begg would get the Jack Watts treatment. Do you remember when Jack Watts debuted against Collingwood? We absolutely hammered him. He wasn't the same player after that. Not that Aiden Begg was a number 1 draft pick and that he was going to get targeted, but the rain of fire getting baptised in a Jared Witts rucking contest, I thought maybe not the best time to bring him in. Craig and stuff brought him in. He proved me wrong, and I'm so glad he did. 15 disposals. Look, we got annihilated in the hitouts, but hitouts don't really matter. We know that the hitouts are a cheap stat. Brody Graney wins the hitouts all the time, and do we win all the clearances always? No, but in saying that, I'm just looking at our stoppages now. So we lost the hit out 17 to 50. But we only lost the clearances by 3 and the set of clearances by 6. So you can see that we were sharking off Jared Witt's and Chol's rucking contests and their taps. So to only lose the clearances by 3, I'm pretty happy with that because we knew Aiden Begg, when he was in the ruck, wasn't going to win a lot. But Darcy Cameron really held his own today as well. I was very much on the Cox over Cameron train, but in the last 2 weeks, Cameron has proven me wrong, and I'd love to get proven wrong. If you're going to have a conversation with me about football, about the players, or about anything, have a proper conversation. Let's not call each other names or anything like that. And yeah, prove me wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll take it on the chin. And this Cameron, I was definitely wrong with. He always had his stints, but I think he did really, really well today, especially with no Brodie Grundy and taking the majority of the ruck contests. He probably does keep, and Aiden Begg, most likely, do keep Cox out. But do you bring in Cox against Richmond? Because we know what Cox can do against Richmond. And he didn't just do it in that prelim. He's done it time and time again. I just think this team is starting to build something special. Look, we might not play finals. Finals are a possibility now. Look, but we might not play it. And that's cool because this was always going to be a restructuring of the Collingwood Football Club this year. But I love what I'm seeing. Just like I keep saying, every single video, that attacking has been amazing. The way it's just exciting. Us on the break is just very exciting. Even when we do have to go sideways, which is not all the time, but when we do, it's with purpose, it's with gusto. Just those little things. Those little things can get tidied up a little bit. A lot of the time, our defense, Levi Casbolt was a star for Gold Coast today. Kicked 4 goals for. Could have finished with 7 goals easily. Whenever the ball went down, and Chol as well, whenever the ball went down there, they just seemed to be alone all the time. Darcy Moore, Jeremy Howe, they're always standing that 5-10 metres off. And yes, they can close speed, but sometimes it's too little, too late. They catch us on the break. But in saying that, if you want to play a high attacking game, get a lot of those points, you're going to have to give a little bit up in your defense. So that's kind of what's happening here. But like I said before, 86 points average against versus 83 points averaged against last year. You'll take that every day of the week. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens next week when we go up against Tom Lynch and Jack Riewoldt, but we'll do that in a preview a little bit later. And just before we finish up, I do want to give a shout out to Taylor Adams. I give him a lot of stick. I love him. He's one of my favourite players. Sometimes, or most of the time, I think he ran at 66% today. Can't hit a target. But the way he goes back with the fly, he had 8 tackles. I think he led the game in tackles. Well, he definitely led Collingwood in tackles today. The way he goes about it, like I said in that war analogy, you'd put your body on your line for Taylor Adams. You'd walk into fire for him. You know what I mean? I love him. Just has to tidy up those that disposal efficiency. So does Jack Crisp as well. But Crispy gives you a lot of things. Besides disposal efficiency, he gives you a lot of things other than that. So does Taylor Adams. I guess that's the only sort of gripe that I have with those two players, but I do love them. Tyler Brown, even though he didn't get a lot of stats, he had a fantastic game, second efforts and stuff like that. I know this has just been a video of just praising individual players, but it's exciting to be a Collingwood supporter. I know we made the grand final a couple of years ago, and then we had a bit of a lull 2020 and 2021. But it is an exciting time to be a Collingwood supporter, and thank you for coming on this journey with me and watching these videos. Also, shout out to anyone who's following me on Instagram. Just hit 10,000 followers. I love and appreciate you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But let me know down below, what did you love from the game? What didn't you like from the game? I'd love to know all your thoughts. And like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. And until next time, double shackers. I'll swoop you later.